All right. Well, let's talk e-com here. E-com, automation, and Amazon. You had just got back from a big trade show in Las Vegas called ASD, and we're all interested to hear, what was your biggest success? What was your biggest failure? And, what were your takeaways from that show? I just got back from ASD. ASD is a huge, both national and international wholesale to retail trade show. It was in Las Vegas. It happens at the end of February. And it was a really good experience to get in front of both, direct distributors and also, brands themselves and start really building relationships. So, the biggest takeaway is that there's just so much opportunity out there if you, can put yourself out there and make your way to go to these events where you can deal directly with the people that have the right products. You definitely want to know what you're looking for. One of the things that we were focused on was seasonal items like outdoor products, so we're coming up towards the, spring and summer. So of course we're looking at things like for pool equipment. We're also looking at, products for even like camping or fishing, a lot of different, outdoor games, whether it be, things similar to like slip and slides, outdoor pools, you name it. So there's just so many great products that you can set yourself up for, if you're getting in front of, these, the brands themselves that actually have these products. Because when you do that, when you deal directly with the brands and directly with, the distributors, is that you're getting authentic products. Number one, you're going to be able to get a lot of these products, which you're going to need. You need to have a good supply because we already know the demand is going to be there. I mean, not too much is going to change, about, this spring and this summer, right? It's going to be warm, and it's just going to get warmer and people are going to want to go outside and do things. So, as long as we have the products that people are going to typically buy, every single season, we're going to do great. So there's a lot of opportunities dealing directly with the brand. Number one, you can get, a great price. You can negotiate on the price. You might be able to negotiate to get like a few items from that brand, or maybe even you can really negotiate well and you can get, all the products from that brand. Every time, you're dealing with directly with a brand, you want to have something to offer to them. It's like, what are you going to do for them, as well? And so, our team over at Solid Ecom, we really have a lot of benefit to provide directly to the brands as far as, getting their brand in front of the right people, leveraging existing marketing that they have. And also, we know how to do all the SEO and the PPC and all that stuff to get products in front of, consumers. And so when it comes to operating on a platform like Amazon, like we really know what we're doing. We really are the experts. And it's like a lot of these, brands, they are really great at, creating great products and getting creative to get these products. And so they may not be experts at e-commerce or experts at Amazon's platform. And so that's where we really can come in and really do some great work for these brands. So, a lot of times we'll, start with maybe, a few SKUs. We'll really show the brand what we can do. And then, after that, we can really take over, a lot of the categories that brand has. So, again, ASD, it was awesome to, meet directly with these brands face to face, really get to understand what is it that they need, what are they looking for, really start talking about, game plan, how we're going to hit this season hard, why we're the right team. And, it's really just an amazing experience to get to meet these people face to face. I mean, we're talking to them consistently on the phone, email, etc., but you really can't replace that, face to face time. It's just something that's just so valuable to actually get in front of these people, meet them, show them that you're genuine, and also I have my team there. It wasn't just me. I had a couple of guys with me. One of the guys is head of accounts, the other guy is head of operations, and so we're all working on this thing as a team. And I think that they could really tell that, Solid Ecom, super genuine team. We're here to do great business. We really want to protect these brands. We want to make sure that these brands stand out, to all the consumers in the U.S. and especially on Amazon's platform. And we really know how to grow these brands. So it's really a symbiotic relationship where we can really do some great things together. So really excited for the brands that we were able to meet with face to face. I think that we're going to provide a lot of opportunity for them, and also they're going to provide a lot of opportunity for us as well. And with Solid Ecom, we're representing a bunch of clients, a bunch of e-commerce, businesses, separate businesses that have the capital to spend on products. Okay, I see what you're saying. Tell us a little bit more about that. One of the big benefits of working with us is that, capital is not an issue. So, we can really place those big orders, for, products consistently on a consistent basis. And so, we're really able to, do a lot of great work for these brands. And, again, that face-to-face time is just, such an awesome thing. So, biggest takeaways is, number one, we were able to see, the exact products that these brands were delivering, so many both national and international, brands. I will say that, going to an event, like ASD, which is a huge, like I said, international and national event, you have suppliers from around the world, and sometimes you can do, Google searches to search for different products that you're looking for, or maybe you want to get really creative and see, what are some of the things that are trending. But, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, right? So when you actually get in front of, brands that you might not even been thinking about, a certain type of product line, and actually, the brand that I'm talking about, without getting into too much detail, I will tell you that it was not something that was really fresh on my mind. But when we actually got in front of it, it was like, I'll tell you, it's actually a product that I actually use myself. And I've bought multiple products, very similar products, to this. So it's like very concrete, very obvious that this is, something that consumers want, that's available in, big retail, big box stores. So, the social proof is already there. So, biggest takeaways are, definitely great to go to events where you can meet, directly with, brands and distributors, and, get that face-to-face time. I also saw, a lot of my industry associates who I know who are also in e-commerce, and, doing that networking is really, really irreplaceable as well. So, another, big takeaway is that, we got access to, we went to some big events, not just at the actual trade show, but some events that were actually hosted, outside of that event that were kind of more, private for, a select group of people. And we were able to meet directly with some people who are developing some amazing AI technology, for the e-commerce industry that's going to really give us a huge advantage over, any competitors, whether that be, our clients when we're, listing products, or whether it be, a brand that wants to work with us and we're actually helping, list their products correctly and make sure that they're getting in front of the right people. So it was really cool to, meet with all of the, the brands, distributors, and also a lot of my industry associates who are really deep in e-commerce. It's really been said that, no man can exist on an island, no business can exist on an island either. So, we gotta network with people. We gotta, meet people. We gotta shake the hands, kiss the babies. We gotta, connect. And, I really like to see, people winning. Solid Ecom, we're for sure winning. And I love to surround myself with other winners. So, really was, a great event overall. I would say, the biggest failure that I had was, look, we did some research, going into the event, and we really had, a good idea of who we wanted to get in front of, like which brands and which distributors that we wanted to connect with for sure. But I mean, this is a huge event. I mean, there's literally, 1,000 different suppliers, right? So, even though we did a ton of research, you always feel like you could have done more research to, look at some of these brands, before we got there. Because sometimes, opportunities, they might be there and then they might disappear. Like as an example, there was a brand that we met with who had some really cool products. I mean, I'll tell you that they had some workout equipment, which is pretty cool. So that's one of the things that we're going to be offering, and they were there for the first day of the event, but they were not there the next day. So that's why it's really important to do as much research as you possibly can, because you never know if this is going to be the only opportunity that you're going to have to really get in front of these people. So it was really, really cool, and it was really, really cool to just get a first look at some of these really like up and coming brands. There's a lot of brands that are really up and coming that people don't know about, and Solid E-com is going to work directly with these brands, and we're going to get these brands in front of the consumer base, and people are going to be exchanging money for goods. There's nothing that's going to change about that whatsoever. Good times, bad times, people are going to be buying products. You just have to have the products that people need. You don't want to have like gimmicky stuff or things that are just like a fad or something like that. So again, like as we're coming into the springtime, right? Like, people are going to get outdoors. They're going to want to spend time with their kids, whether it be in their backyard or they're going on a camping trip or, whatever it is. So we want to make sure that we have those products. And again, when you can go, to a trade show like this and, meet face to face directly with the brands and distributors, you're able to negotiate, the best prices. That's just the best way to do it. And so, at Solid E-com, we work really hard to, make sure that we take the time to go to these events, both big events and small events, to really make sure that we're making as many relationships as possible with these different brands and distributors and really foster these relationships. This is a long-term thing here. I think there's a lot of people that have the wrong idea about getting into, a wholesale business, operating on, in e-commerce. Some people think, oh, I got $1 million. Like, I'm just going to start a wholesale business. Like, that just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. It's about the relationship. These brands, have certain things that, they need protected and they need to make sure that they're represented properly. So, just having the money by itself, while having money and having capital, of course, is important. But, just having the capital by itself, that's not really going to cut it. So we need to make sure that, we're really delivering for these brands, and we are, representing the brands properly on the e-commerce platforms where we're operating.